Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is base Renaissance. There's no plus action to speak of. You can get some villagers off of Silk Merchant. We can use Star Chart. I mean, we got Old Witch. I mean, essentially, we're just going to be playing money here. I mean, I don't think it's impossible to say pick up a villain. You can try to draw cards with Seer, but like, you're going to be taking curses. You can't trash any coppers. I mean, you can probably get quite a few border guards and poachers and stuff and draw some cards. I just don't know if it's like all that great. We can give ourselves a pretty good chance. Well, not a pretty good chance. We can give ourselves... Well, yeah, it is just a pretty good chance, I guess. We're going to go Star Chart Silk Merchant, and then we put the... Oh, great. So the AI just has 5-2, so we're in a sort of a bad way already. We get to curse them. I mean, the only nice thing is that we are... we do have the Star Chart, so like we're going to trigger one card of a shuffle here, and we get to top deck this Old Witch that we just bought, which is nice. The rest of it is not great, to be honest. So I think I go ahead and take gold here, just because we're for the most part just top decking the Old Witch for a while. So we should be playing it pretty frequently. This is this one is a little more annoying. I guess the good thing here is we trigger like one card. Well, it would be nicer if the estates were being pushed out, but they're not. We just buy silver. I was gonna say that, well, that was pretty friendly. We could top deck the curse. It's not actually a great shuffle to trigger, right? Because the gold's out of it. If we still had the villager, we'd be in a spot, or we'd have a better spot. But it's a little, as it is, it's a little bit. It's not a great shuffle to trigger, right? Again, if this was like, if the gold had been in the last hand and the estates were in this hand, it would be great. It would be, we could top deck the curse. It would really be quite fortunate, in fact. But as it is, I don't know that it's worth triggering. The only nice thing is that we would get a gold buy out of it, and the shuffle wouldn't be massive. And we're just like buying silver. I think we could take a second Old Witch, but it's a little bit questionable at this stage with this. Maybe we just we're gonna top deck an estate here. Because it's a little friendlier to leave the curses in the shuffle for potential curse trash, which we don't get, but that's not too terribly surprising. Here we're just gonna top deck the gold, or a gold. I guess we could top deck a curse now. That's not crazy. I don't know what our chances are of hitting 8 anyway. Where's the AI as far as a shuffle? They've just triggered. Well, no, they must have already triggered the... yeah, okay, so they just triggered a shuffle, so there's like... I don't know, 30% chance of having the... Where do we have to even click to get this back? This is... I hate all these. Like, oh yeah, okay, right, of course it's this little pile of cards over here. That's... so mad. I mean, gold is probably better. We're hitting a fair bit of collision here on the on our terminals, which sucks. And they're hitting province here. I think we're going to take an old witch, even though we're pretty much begging to get a little bit of collision here, but we're just hitting 7 a lot. We're doing okay. We haven't taken curses. Okay, and then we're going to have like 12 here. It's great. Well, 11. That's a little annoying. We know there's a Silk Merchant in here, so maybe we just top deck a gold, though, like, you know, I mean, playing the Silk Merchant with a gold in hand, we still can just draw the old witches dead. They might have their... We are doing better on the AI as far as having curses in deck. We're actually doing quite a bit better, which could matter coming into these few shuffles. We could top deck a curse. I mean, I think they're reasonably likely to play there. I mean, what are the other cards? It's like 2 coppers and a Silk Merchant. So if we put a gold in there, we still have to draw a pretty good amount of cards to hit province. Like, it's pretty unlikely. Now, a duchy at this point wouldn't be bad. Okay. I don't hate duchy. I don't know if we take a state. Probably not. We're going to shuffle again. And we'll take a border guard, I think. This is not clear, right? So we're playing all these smithy variants, which means that stop cards like, or cantrips like border guard are a little questionable, because if you draw them, you know, you just can't play them. On the other hand, if you draw them before you see it, you can get some upside. It's not like there's no potential upside there. You can always star chart it, I guess, and then maybe you're a little happier with that. We're just drawing the money just so lopsided. Like, it is not running nicely here. I mean, we can top deck gold. I don't know what the last card is. I think it's some amount of money. Okay, we just draw all the... Maybe it was a gold, in which case we should have top decked a silver. I'm not really sure where that was. Here the border guard is doing nice work for us. I mean, it's I don't know what the odds are of hitting 8 here. And then once we have the horn, which we were kind of lucky to get, now it's not an issue, right? We'll just have the border guard on top, so who cares? And that's quite useful now. I mean, we can guarantee duchies probably for a while. We should be good now. We fortunately broke well enough on the provinces. Well, actually, what we were lucky on more than anything. What do we put up here? Probably just a gold. We were lucky on more than anything. We didn't play the old witch. That can help them score a point. Was the curse split, right? Because the curse trashing, I should say. I think we played our star. I mean, I think we gave more curses out as well, just because we were doing star chart. That was huge. And the AI didn't get it. But, like, yeah. I mean, okay, so it was only 1-3 at the end, but there was, like, I mean, I had several. I mean, I don't think I ever had more than one in my deck at a time. I think I played maybe at one point. But for the most part, I was sitting at 1 curse, which is really not too bad for a curse board. I was basically just trashing a curse every time through their shuffle, and they were, every time they play Old Witch, they were just replacing the curse I was trashing, which was really quite lucky. I think I did some kind of smart choices throughout with the star chart, but And well, at least one of them was a little questionable based on potential deck knowledge, but I don't know if that gold was on top or if I just drew it. I think you're supposed to be able to tell which cards are on top when you do star chart, but I don't really know. It's probably in the log, or maybe it's in the screen somewhere and I just didn't see it. It's not totally clear to me. I'd have to go back and look at one of the star charts and see if it says. Because I think now, at one point you weren't allowed to necessarily see, but I think at this point, I think you're allowed to see what you're going to draw before you decide on star chart. I don't remember. Maybe that didn't get errated. All right. Well, anyway, this could certainly have been a scary board. I hate this interface. Oh yeah, X. Oh yeah, X to go back. It's go back. You hit X to go back. You don't. That doesn't close this window. They just look like the same window, but I get triggered every day by that, which is stupid because, like, I mean, I've played with it a billion times. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't get quite the same money as me, and then I didn't really notice they were buying Silk Merchants a lot, which is not crazy, but I mean, it kind of, at some point, it leads to a deck which maybe has a little bit too many terminals. All right, so we ended 16. But like I said, this is definitely a kingdom that you could lose. I want to see, where was my last star chart? So it's saying it right now. These are the star chart cards. Get to see what we're shuffling, but do you get to see what's here? I get to see. Are you allowed to? I forget what the rule is now, to be perfectly honest. I guess you don't get to see in this interface. I'm not seeing a way to do it. Oh, there it is. So you have to, that's kind of interesting. So like here, this thing pops up. Like I'm already allowed to look at the deck for the star chart stuff. I'm not actually sure if that's, if you choose not to activate it, I'm not sure you should even be allowed to see these. Like if I don't star chart, I'm not sure you should be allowed to look through the deck contents here. Anyway, so right now if I click on this, nothing happens. But if I go into the star chart thing, I click on this, I can see that it was in fact a copper. So the gold top deck was fine. I just ended up drawing a couple of them. What happens if I don't do this, but then I click in there? Nice, I can't see it. So you have to actually activate star chart to see what your last card is, which is interesting. I'm not sure on the rules on all of the visibility here. None of it's a big deal. I mean, it's nice to know how to do the star chart thing and look. That's nice to know. But I mean, as far as whether you're supposed to be able to click on this before you agree to do star chart, I don't know. I don't really know. Anyway, that's the game. We played it. I mean, there's nothing for me to go back here and try. I mean, I don't really want to try the seer thing. I don't think it'll work very well. Though it's possible. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Lucky to get through this one. We'll see what's happening tomorrow.